So then guys, iOS 26 has just been announced, and the great news is if you are a developer, you can download the beta of iOS 26. And I've got you even better news. If you're not a developer, well, I've got you some great news too. You can even still download iOS 26 today for absolutely free, and all you need to have is just an Apple account and sign up to be a developer. And I'm going to guide you through all the processes so you can get iOS 26 set up on your iPhone like I've got here on my iPhone 16 normal here, and you can get yourself right up and running, get this kind of glass effects, get all those new abilities, test them out because it's absolutely incredible. Now, before we get started, one thing I just want to say to you right now, do remember this is a developer beta, and specifically this is the first developer beta out there. What basically means, in simple terms, it's going to be full of bugs. There's going to be lots of things that are going to need to be corrected out and ironed out over the next coming months until we get the official release in September time, whenever that is going to be. So just be aware of that. And with that, what I would also caution with this is do not install iOS 26 at this stage on your current iPhone if you're using it as your daily driver. For example, this here is my daily driver phone. This is my iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I'm not going to dare install iOS 26 on this because I know that quite a lot of the apps might not work. Like my Apple Pay might not work, things that I use on the daily kind of routine. It's just not worth updating at this stage. What is more worth waiting out for is the public beta, what's coming out in July time, but personally, I would wait probably after a couple of versions of the public one to come out before you update. So I'm talking maybe kind of mid-August sort of time at the earliest to have it on your primary kind of phone. And that's even being ambitious there. So personally, yeah, if you want to get the least bugs, maybe just wait out for the official version. But if you do have an iPhone that is compatible with the likes of iOS 26 sitting in your drawer or a spare iPhone, you don't mind installing a beta on, then go ahead, follow these steps that I'm going to recommend that you do today. But one thing I would say, if you are going to be silly enough to install it on your primary phone, and then actually after installing it realizing you're having problems, make sure that you back up your iPhone. The best way to do this is back up your iPhone with the current iOS on your Mac or your PC. Do not do an iCloud backup. It has to be a local backup onto a laptop with Windows, with iTunes, or it has to be on a Mac. You have to do your backup. As you can see right here, what I did with an iPhone 15 Pro Max, make sure you do that with the latest normal version of iOS 18 at the moment. And with that, what I am also going to say is I do not take any liability that if you decide to install it on your primary iPhone, you lose your data, lose your photos. I am not responsible. Like I have told you, I highly recommend installing it on a spare iPhone, or that you do a big, huge update or big, huge backup first on your actual sort of Mac or your PC, so you can revert back to that if you have to. And believe me, that will take a long time to revert back to. So just be aware of that. But once you've done all of those steps, you've done the backup and everything like this, or if you've got your spare iPhone ready, the next thing you want to do is make sure that you've got a developer account. Now, to check this out, the best thing you can go to is go to this website, what is developer.apple.com. And once you're on this website, what you want to do is you want to log in with your Apple ID. So this is with your email address and your password. And if you haven't got one, you can create one. And once you're in, you want to accept that you are a developer. But after this, there is also this option that you can see right here on the screen. It also says, do you want to distribute apps and things like this? You'll want to ignore this. You don't want to click onto this because this basically means that you've got to sign up and pay. You just want to become a basic developer. You don't have to click on that whatsoever. But once you've all set up, the best way you can tell if your account is a developer account now is to actually click here into the downloads, and you can see here you've got the restore images. You can see we've got iOS 26, iPadOS 26, macOS 26, all of the versions are there. This means now that your account is definitely ready. Now, once this step is done, you've got to make sure that that account that you've signed in now on your actual computer, what you did there to set you up with the developer, you've got to make sure that exact same account is the same one that you've signed in onto the iPhone you want to install iOS 26 on. If you don't, then obviously it will not sync up. Now, the best thing what you should also do is, as you can see right here, is to make sure that you turn on the settings in privacy if you need to do that, as it recommends here. If not, after that, what you want to do is to restart your iPhone just to make sure everything syncs through. And then once the restart is done, you actually want to go into settings here. Then you want to go to general. Then after that, you want to go to software update. And you should now have this option right here, what says beta updates. And if we click on that one, you can now see that we have here 2 developer updates, for iOS 18 and 26, and also the public beta for iOS 18. So what we want to obviously do is click on the developer beta here of iOS 26. Once it's done this, it will fetch the new update. Depending on your internet speed, this might take a minute or two. Just leave it run. And once it's doing that, then it will start to download iOS 26 onto your iPhone. Now, this process may take a while depending on how fast your internet is, and once it's downloading, it also depends how fast or how new your iPhone is, because obviously if you've got an older iPhone to sort out iOS 26 and things like this, it might take a while, and also it depends on how much storage you've used on your iPhone too, photos and things like this. Obviously it needs to sort all of that out, get it all sorted ready, but once it's finally ready, it will start to install, and then once that install process is happening, you just need to leave your iPhone. Now, this whole process may take a couple of hours, it may take half an hour. Just leave it run and make sure you've got plenty of charge on your iPhone, or better still, leave it on charge while this is running. Once this is all completed, you can see now we have got iOS 26 here. We've got hello in different language here, and we can open this up, and we just have to maybe follow 1 or 2 little steps and things like this, get passcode sorted and things like this. But once that's happened, you can see now we're on the main homepage. And a good way to test out, we're definitely on the homepage where you can see the interface actually does look different. The icons have changed here, but obviously if I just go into settings here and then just have a look at the version, we can see that we're on now iOS 26. And just to show you guys here, I just want to mess around here. I just want to change, say, the background, do that glass kind of effect here. Let me just apply that. That looks really, really cool now. I'm not gonna have it tinted, just have it normal. And yeah, that looks absolutely awesome. We've got that glass kind of effect here. Let's try something else here. Let's try that new ability with Apple Intelligence to check out, that image kind of intelligence sort of ability. So if I just take a picture of the screenshot, just do a screenshot here of the actual sort of homepage. Let's just do like an image lookup now on Google, accept the terms and everything. And there we go. You can see it's done the lookup here of the screenshot of here. So we can tell that definitely we do have the likes of, say, iOS 26 installed on your iPhone. And that is how easy it is to do this. Now, what I will be saying, guys, at this stage, obviously I haven't fully tested out iOS 26. That might be coming in another video later on, but do expect your battery to drain probably a little bit faster than usual. There will be bugs, like I said, because it's a developer beta and this is the first one. But as time goes on, there'll be better betas coming out. There'll be a second developer beta probably in 2 weeks or so, and then probably every sort of 2 to 3 weeks after that. Public beta is coming out in July time. Like I said, personally, I'd wait to probably say the public beta version number 3 or number 4 before actually installing it on your primary device, and that's if you want to be risky with that. But personally, like I said, do not install it on your primary device at this stage, and if you do, make sure you definitely do that backup, what I talked about at the beginning of this video. It's absolutely vital that you do that. But with that then, guys, that is everything that you need to do to get the latest version of iOS 26, a beta, onto your iPhone. Is this something that you're going to try out, or are you going to try it out later on in the year when we get close to the release date or to the actual release time of iOS 26? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews, comparisons, and sort of guides like we've done today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and also that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.